Peter Parker is a hero who knows a thing or two about second chances, but he may need more than that if he hopes to overcome the overwhelming tide of darkness that seeks to envelop his life. All this and more in the pages of Amazing Spider-Man issue number 25. Let's hop into this extra-length, extra-priced issue and find out what happens next, shall we? Alrighty then, so as we join the comic, we pick back on up with Mysterio's psychiatrist, the one who abandoned him at the end of the previous issue, seemingly to die at the hands of Kindred, only as we discover the truth is actually way more complicated. You see, the psychiatrist's name, as we discover, is Ludwig Reinhardt, as in a callback to one of Quentin Beck's most original personas that he adopted. And that would be because Ludwig actually is Mysterio in disguise. He didn't die, he actually tried to pull a fast one on Kindred, his guardian devil, and now he's about to be punished for it. As Kindred puts it, he doesn't like being forced to kill innocent people, and Mysterio is quickly becoming way more trouble than he's worth, but that Quentin has one last chance to make it right. Admittedly though, Kindred's instructions are slightly cryptic. He tells Mysterio to go live his dream so that someone else won't be able to live theirs, but more on that in a minute. From there we transition on over to Spider-Man himself. He says that he's been hard at work trying to pick up the pieces and clean up the mess left in the wake of Kraven's whole Hunted storyline. Right now he's duking it out with a bunch of self-replicating robots and killer drones, who all seem to be protecting something deep within a facility. That thing they're protecting turns out to be the lizard Dr. Kirk Connors, who had run off after he helped save his son and Black Cat from Kraven's clone. Turns out Kirk actually built this facility and the robots to contain the lizard should he ever grow out of control. Spidey says that Doc is being way too hard on himself right now. Yes, he gave back into his lizard persona, but he proved that he was able to control it. He saved the day. But Connor says he had control before only to lose it, and he fears the day when the lizard will once again be a danger to himself and others. Spider-Man, though, is ultimately able to rescue the Doctor from his depressive spiral, saying that he did all this for his son and that it would break his heart if his father never came home again, and that Spider-Man will do everything in his power to help Kirk keep the lizard part of himself in check. Why Peter even finally agrees to take Kirk Connor's class, half because, well, he needs to get his own doctorate back, but also to help keep an eye on the lizard. Now, this is a collection of stories, and at the other end we have one focusing on Mary Jane, as well as her guest for the evening, Carly Cooper. They've decided to take in a play starring, get this, one of Mary Jane's old frenemies, a girl named Melanie, who was also an actress turned model, who just so happened to take MJ's part on that old soap opera. In a way, Melanie represents the sort of life Mary Jane could have had if she didn't get wrapped up in the whole Spider-Man thing. What is the play, you might be asking? Well, it's a musical rendition of the Fantastic Four story, of course. Which, you know, I'm sure it can't be worse or more dangerous than Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. The play gets crashed by one Francine Fry. You'll remember the former supervillain groupie turned newest Electro. Her plot is actually kind of genius. She's going to take America's sweetheart Melanie hostage and then allow people on social media to give to the first ever hostage Kickstarter. That's certainly not a plan Max Dillon would have been smart enough to come up with. What is hilarious about this is that the internet being the way it is, eventually Electro realizes that what she should be doing is also allowing people to give money to see the actress hurt, because, you know, the internet is a dark and cruel place that I have chosen to work on. Oh, Francine isn't all bad. She allows Melanie to give her final words, and she buys time by kicking into a great monologue about what it means to be an actress, a performer, to pretend to be other people. It might actually be the best monologue she's ever given, and to think she completely improv'd it, only no, this isn't Melanie at all, it's Mary Jane. With the help of Carly Cooper and the stage designer, they were able to swap places with her. And because MJ is a hell of an actress herself with a great knowledge of stagecraft, she knows exactly how to turn the props against Electro, defeating her. And with that, the day is saved multiple times over, and both Peter and MJ are heroes in their own right. Whatever became of Electro, though, well, she got sent off to prison, but her transport never made it there. It was hijacked by a group calling themselves the Sinister Syndicate. Spider-Man had fought a group called the Sinister Syndicate once before, but this version is led by the lady version of Dr. Octopus and made up of a bunch of other lady foes who now want to recruit Electro into their ranks. And it looks like if Spider-Man is going to want to take all these ladies down, then he's going to need some superior foes of his own as the comic ends. And so that was Spider-Man issue number 25, everybody. I'm not exactly sure if it needed to be this long or to cost near $10 like it did, but I did actually enjoy all the story we were given here. Nick Spencer clearly knows his stuff, and all these Tom DeFalco era deep cuts are really doing my heart good. I'm really happy to see Mary Jane given such entertaining B-plots to herself. It feels like she sat on the sidelines for so long I was beginning to forget why I even liked this character. The stuff with Kindred continues to be fascinating. He claims he doesn't want to go after Spider-Man right away. Instead, he wants to mess with all of the different Spider people, which makes me wonder if we're going to see him spill out into other books. I love the idea of Quentin Beck Mysterio being a bigger foe again and getting back involved in the movies. You know, that's going to lead to some really interesting stuff down the line. Overall, I'd give this issue an 8.5 out of 10. I found it quite enjoyable.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of this other comic content I have available for you. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you're in the market for some comic books for yourself, might I recommend buying your trades through my book depository link down in the description. Not only will you save a bundle by not having to pay anything for shipping or handling, but everything you buy via my link goes to support me and the channel. So you win, I win, everybody wins, right? And until next time, I will be back again with more comic content that smacks of greatness. Bye-bye, everybody.